Hello students, we are back with the series of current electricity, and today we are going for the application of Wheatstone's network, that is very popularly known as an experiment of meter bridge. In the previous lecture we have studied what is Wheatstone's network, and we saw that the four resistors R1, R2, R3, R4 or PQRS connected to form the four sides of a quadrilateral. They form a Wheatstone's network, and the bridge will be said to be balanced when the corresponding resistors, they are having equal ratio, that is R1 upon R2 is equal to R3 upon R4, or R1 upon R3 is equal to R2 upon R4. Now in this equation, R1 upon R2 is equal to R3 upon R4. If I just have a look at this equation, this is our balanced bridge condition. If I know any three of the resistors and the fourth is not known to us, we can calculate that resistance. So that's the basic idea we are going to use for determining the unknown resistance by using meter bridge. Let's first of all see what is this meter bridge consisting of. The meter bridge is actually consisting of that meter bridge consists of 1 meter length of wire. We call it as thin uniform wire AC, which is fixed on a wooden support. These two end points are A and C. The left end point A as well as right end point C, we are having two L-shaped metallic plates between which I fix a straight metal plate between these two, so that we are having two gaps, one on the left hand side, the other on the right hand side. They are called actually left gap and right gap. The unknown resistance is connected in the left gap, and some known resistance or a variable resistance box is connected in the right gap. Between these 2 points A and C, you connect a battery, key and a rheostat, whereas a galvanometer is connected between this point, which I have not written as B, and the other point D. In fact, the other end of the galvanometer is connected to a movable jockey. I can touch my jockey once at point A and once at point C as well. What I will just have a look at is, first thing I do is I choose some suitable resistance from this resistance box. By choosing some suitable resistance from resistance box, we insert this key, touch your jockey once at point A, once at point C, and we observe that there is a both-sided deflection in the galvanometer. If you have such a both-sided deflection, it means that the circuit is functioning properly. And then you touch your jockey on this wire AC at such a particular point so that this galvanometer does not show you any deflection. If you obtain such a point over here, you name it as point D. In these circumstances, or at this particular point, this resistance X divided by this resistance R is equal to resistance of wire AD divided by resistance of wire CD, and that is how you say that the bridge is balanced. So that's the whole idea in this. We will say that for balanced bridge you have got X upon R is equal to resistance of wire AD divided by resistance of wire CD. If you have a wire of uniform area of cross section and of the same material, you have this resistance of wire AD upon resistance of wire CD will be equal to Lx upon Lr. Now this Lx, Lr can be directly measured, and R is known to us. You can substitute all these values and determine what is value of unknown resistance X. There are some errors and precautions that you can take. The first thing is that wire may not be uniform, hence the potential gradient also will be changing. There is error determining the value of X, and for which I must ensure that the wire must have uniform area of cross section, and the jockey should not be always slided on the wire. In fact, you should tap the jockey on the wire so that the wear and tear of wire and its non-uniformity can be reduced. The other is that contact resistance is usually developed at points A and C. The precaution is that the contact point should be always cleaned or cleared. Minimum contact points must be used in practical time, and the value of R has to be chosen in such a way that we obtain the readings between middle 1/3 of the wire. Then also one of the more important precaution is that we are repeating the experiment by choosing different values of R, and also by interchanging the gaps we determine the average value of X. So hereafter we are going for another application of Wheatston's balanced network, and that is to determine the resistance by Kelvin's method. It's popularly called as G by Kelvin's method. You can also go on this link and try to see the video which shows you how can we determine the unknown resistance by using meter bridge. Well, thank you for watching this particular video. Thanks a lot.